The following comments were pulled from the Easy Allies Patreon page among our $10 and above patrons. They represent what our community was playing and talking about in July. Kyle Bossman fulfilled his betting obligation and had to stand trial. Michael P. Huber has constantly not fulfilled his betting obligations and keeps getting away with it. Kyle is innocent. Street Fighter V generated a lot of backlash when it was released, much of it deserved. After playing the long-awaited cinematic story mode from start to finish, the wait was worth it. Outside of difficulty issues and long loading times, it was a fun and enjoyable campaign that had some nice extras. The trial of Kyle Bossman was also an event I enjoyed, with all of the faces you guys did, especially Brandon. So thanks again for another wonderful month, and always remember, love and respect. The People vs. Bossman has to be one of the funniest things I've seen in quite some time. I was in the living room with my roommate, and he had to ask if I was okay during Damiani's Kingdom Hearts Anime Convention Insanity plea, because I was laughing so hard. Amazing job all around. And Kyle was innocent. Innocent, I tell you. I hereby openly challenge Michael Huber for the Slusser Cup. Kyle Bossman is an innocent man, and I cannot let this injustice continue any longer. I believe Mr. Bossman was found guilty out of spite, and not because he was actually guilty. Sure, it was a scummy move, but he played us like a damn fiddle. He got us all, and was only prosecuted for minor things. So, Michael Huber, do you take my challenge? Or are you gonna hide and play A Link to the Past? Let's go, buddy. Money in the Bank rules. Kyle is forever a shining light. Justice was not served, and thus the world weeps today. Huber conspired against him. That ain't right. He procured a contract to allow Kyle no leeway. But jury, if the intent is not to have fun, then what is the purpose of play? Do you not see injustice was done? Kyle's warm heart has repeatedly been put on display. As he each and every Monday can be seen exclaim that he loves lesser-known games and gives them a grand entree. So why force Kyle to play a popular game when his passion is games that have been stowed away? People of EZA, can you not see? Kyle is the victim, and that justice was not served today. And now for some thoughts on Skyward Sword. Kyle's game of choice for his cheeky A Link to the Past stream was Skyward Sword, and I've seen a lot of people trash on it, even in the last community comments video. So here's my attempt at defending Skyward Sword. Admittedly, it's the first Zelda game I have ever finished. I tried my hand at Ocarina of Time on the Wii a couple of months before Skyward Sword was released, but after putting 15 to 20 hours into it, I lost interest. I sincerely believe Skyward Sword is a top-tier game though, even with its grueling context issues, extreme hand-holding, and blatant reuse of environments. Like Kyle Bossman, I was invested in the world, and I was eager to help the citizens of Skyloft out with whatever problems they had, be it a crying baby or a child gone missing. The game definitely had me frustrated at times, but that just made it infinitely more awesome when everything would come together and deliver a fantastic moment. Hashtag Free Bossman. For the month of July, I decided to get Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 in preparation for 2.8 coming out later this year. It has been many years since I last played a Kingdom Hearts game, and I was curious to see if the story would make any more sense now that I'm older. Yeah, no, of course not. Should have seen that coming. It's a Square title. Convoluted storylines seem to be their thing, or perhaps that's just an RPG thing. Either way, I still enjoy seeing the Disney characters that pop up throughout the series. I do hope to one day see my all-time favorites appear in the series, like A World for the Jungle Book, The Three Caballeros, or even Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Kingdom Hearts 2 had Timeless River based on Steamboat Willie, so why not a level based on Trolley Troubles in Kingdom Hearts 3? As far as the labyrinthine story goes, I tend to resort to YouTube videos of people who put a lot of time to explaining it as comprehensible as possible. Now, if only there was some sort of retrospective video that could be watched. Maybe one day. Maybe. I'm a huge Nintendo fan, and they've done a pretty good job at annoying me over the past year, so I'm taking the better part of the summer to clean up my non-Nintendo backlog. So far, I've finished the first two God of War games, the first Homefront, Jak and Daxter, and Kingdom Hearts. I'm about to start the first Yakuza game because Huber got me interested in the series. This summer, my friends and I are taking a break from Destiny, a game we have been religiously playing and enjoying for almost 2 years. The content drought is sad, but the upcoming expansion will surely revitalize it. In the meantime, our attention has been captured by Overwatch, and I have to say, it is one hell of a game. These two games have allowed me to form friendships from halfway across the globe. Gaming is truly a wonderful and social experience. With a job, 4 kids, and a dog, I don't get a lot of time for gaming. My summer is one of gradually plotting my way through Dark Souls 3. I wanted to have it complete before No Man's Sky arrives, but that seems increasingly less likely. I really want to play No Man's Sky, but I don't want to see Souls get shelved in favor of the new hotness. Maybe I could start taking lunch in front of the PS4. I'm slowly playing through Twilight Princess HD, but I keep craving Dark Souls. I decided to give Dark Souls 2 another chance, but it just isn't the same. I gotta keep training Smash Brothers for some upcoming tournaments, and maybe some Street Fighter V so I can honorably fight the allies, specifically Kyle. But I would feel really bad if I destroyed him. Praise the sun, and love and respect. Anyone who is a Dark Souls fan and isn't up to date on what's coming out in the next couple years should check out Nioh. It'll make you happy, while From Software works on other titles. I don't have a lot of time to play games, and I find myself always trying to catch up. Just finished playing Bloodborne, and damn, that was a good game. I've been trying for ages to get through Bloodborne. I think I'm finally close to the end, but what has really taken over my life recently is The Escapists. Something about living out a pixely prison life just appeals to me, and trying to figure out how to escape with pretty much no guidance is satisfying and exciting. The tutorial offers pretty much the bare minimum of what you need to know to function in the game, before dropping you right into the harsh prison environment where one wrong move could ruin hours of setup. It's a slow burn where you have to pace yourself and really get to know the prison and the movements of the other guards. I've even started having dreams where I'm trying to escape prison because of this game. The review scared me away from Mighty No. 9 for a couple of weeks after launch, but my lifelong Mega Man fandom finally drove me to buy a copy this month. Thank God it did, because Mighty No. 9 is one of my favorite games I've played this year. Everything great about Mega Man is mixed up and served with wonderful updates on top. The controls feel flawless. The absorption dash mechanic is a delightful progression from the still-present ability to steal boss powers. And it's all wrapped up in levels that almost always hit the right balance of creative design and high challenge. I hope this reminds all allies that no amount of reviews or message board chatter can tell you anything about what you will think about a game. At least once a year, I like to play through my favorite JRPG and favorite video game of all time, Suikoden 2. Rather than holding that honor for its fast-paced, turn-based combat or its timeless 2D sprite presentation, it's the tone and atmosphere and the depth and vibrancy of its plot and storytelling that continue to enthrall me with every completion. Each time the game feels more cozy and homely, like the scent of cinnamon filling the air next to a warm fireplace. On the micro level, there are the close ties between characters that reveal the depths of their feelings and their struggles. And on the macro level, there are the international political conflicts that give shape to the world and context for the challenges that the characters must face. The castle that serves as your headquarters is an amalgamation of these two aspects, standing as the bastion defiant in the face of the region's troubles, while very much feeling like a home. With all the characters to talk to and minigames to play, there came a point that whenever I wanted to feel that comfortable familiarity, I would just load up the game and wander around the castle, taking in the good vibes and jolliness of the setting and place. Yet it's always a bittersweet experience, knowing that it's increasingly likely that there will be no new games made in the series. We know of the existence of many other as-yet unexplored countries with exciting names such as the Kingdom of Zealand and the Theocracy of Nigeria. But so long as Konami continues on its current mission and with its current board of directors, I fear that the storytelling and the world building of the series that means so much to me will simply be a memory to be nurtured, rather than a thrilling adventure to be presently undertaken. With all the huge games coming out beginning this fall and going well into spring of next year, it's hard to imagine I would ever find time for a game like Skyrim remastered for my PS4, a game that I played well over 300 hours on my PS3. A game that is so epic and beautiful, filled with dragons and gorgeous mountains. A game that is unlike any other. What other games are coming out again? The just announced Sonic Mania is my Year of Dreams announcement. Yes, everyone knows what the franchise became. Who cares? The original Genesis games, particularly 2 and 3 and K, were some of my absolute favorites growing up. Now there's a new one being made. Not with ugly 2.5D, not as part of a modern Sonic game, not on phones. This is Sonic in all of his pinball physics blast processing Mario shaming glory. Sonic Mania GOTY 2017. I recently purchased Assassin's Creed Syndicate for my PS4. I always liked Assassin's Creed, but Unity left a sour taste in my mouth. Unity was the first and only Assassin's Creed I didn't finish. That's why I was hesitant to pick up Syndicate. However, I must say that Syndicate is amazing. I think the combat is a bit meh in this entry, but I feel everything else is top-notch. I think everyone should give Syndicate a try. Assassin's Creed was dead to me, and now I'm eagerly awaiting what's next. I've been closely following Tabletop Escapades. After watching the latest episode, my wife asked me what D&D was all about. After a quick summary, she says, "I'd play that." Watching Brandon's Pokemon adventure unfold made me realize that I never played one either, so I picked up a 3DS and bought my first Pokemon game at the age of 37. Along with the JRPG boom that's going on with Tokyo Mirage Session, Star Ocean, and I Am Setsuna, I think the next couple of months are going to be busy. If The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine wasn't an expansion, it would be getting Game of the Year talks already. While other game makers charge us $10 for costumes, CD Projekt Red made enough content to be called a new game in itself, and are giving it to us as affordable DLC. They are the exception to every rule we've learned in the gaming world, and we are all better off for them. Here's hoping Cyberpunk 2077 can live up to their standard. It took me almost a year, but I finally played The Witcher 3. Why did I wait so long? The story was so engaging that I ended up staying up until 6 a.m. playing without realizing it. I have not been so engrossed in a game since World of Warcraft released. I cannot wait to play Blood and Wine. I just can't get over how good The Witcher 3 is. On my second playthrough, jaw on the floor and covered in goosebumps. Holy moly, what a time to be a gamer. I'm finally getting around to finishing The Witcher 3 now that Blood and Wine is out and so well received. Every minute I spend in it makes me wish I had found the time to do this last year, but knowing that I have 2 big DLCs to look forward to once I finish the main story is pretty great. I already knew the game was great, of course, but getting back to it, it's funny how quickly you realize that the writing, especially for characters big or small, just runs circles around anything else out there. It's maybe one of the few games out there where I haven't instinctively hated talking to child NPCs. Recently finished Blood and Wine, and I loved every second of it. Between the main game and the DLC, CD Projekt Red has probably earned my money for life. Although I might be in the minority on this, I'd love to see ports or remakes of the first 2 games on PS4. It's time, baby. No Man's Sky's coming soon. Let's all go and explore space. Because... space. This month I decided to buy a custom Xbox One controller. I don't have an Xbox One, but I like that it works with Windows 10. What really sold me on the new custom controllers was the tweeted Easy Allies edition. I had to get that color scheme and even personalized it with love and respect instead of a gamer tag. I look forward to seeing a part of Easy A when I go to game. As a future teacher, I wish to promote responsible gaming and rectify current misconceptions of gaming culture, promoting the beautiful benefits of adopting gaming as a pastime, hobby, or even a career. To the engineer, artist, designer, entrepreneur, or any other job, there is a game that will inspire you to be the best at your work. With my first E3 behind me, the most important takeaway I got was that the game industry really is more of a community. I have never met so many hardworking, driven, and incredibly kind people in a single place before. If you're looking to work in this industry, my main advice would be to work hard and be a good person, or you won't fit in. With the recent PSN flash sales, I picked up a few of the smaller games that weren't on my radar, and one of them absolutely grabbed me. Submerged. A simple story of a girl trying to save her son, brother maybe, in a post-apocalyptic world covered in water. There is no combat, and the core gameplay is exploring a submerged metropolis with a boat and scaling the skyscrapers to reach the aforementioned crates. Although the climbing portions of the game felt stiff and robotic, the boating and exploration elements were peaceful and rewarding. I get vibes of Wind Waker and Journey and was pleasantly surprised with how much I enjoyed it. With something of a AAA drought this month, the first half has been a look back of sorts for me, traveling back through some of my old school favorites such as A Link to the Past, for obvious reasons lol, Mario RPG, and Mega Man X. Taking a moment to reflect on where we've come from and seeing where we're going in the future has really been an auto-magical treat. While I see everyone losing themselves to all of the new games and Pokemon Go of all things, I've done the opposite and decided to try out Ys Chronicles. To my surprise, a remake of a game from 1987 has been more captivating and innovative than most games I've played recently. I continue to feel that pure level of gaming enjoyment and discovery that I used to. I am sad, like really sad. Listening to the great impressions the EZA crew had for Valkyria Chronicles Remastered inspired me to buy the game to experience it for myself. But before I had the chance to play the game, my PC's motherboard decided it didn't want me to witness the unique Canvas graphics engine and tactical gameplay. Due to finances, I will now have to wait till the end of the year until I can purchase a new gaming rig, but everything is still awesome. I have the wonderful EZA crew to keep giving endless hype, hope, love, and respect. A diamond in the rough has landed on the PlayStation Store called A Semblance, and it's consumed me for a week. It's a psych thriller inspired by the Twilight Zone and Black Mirror that plays with your mind in new ways. The game is a labyrinth of choice and consequence that you, the player, must explore. There is something oddly distressing about buying a swath of games on sale knowing I'm not going to have time to play them. At this point, I feel like a glutton at an all-you-can-eat buffet, desperately trying to sample the juicy morsels for fear of missing a delicious bite. I recall struggling as a teenager to save up for Resident Evil 1 and the Crusader games on PC, and rationing those games as if I was a starved man on a deserted island, savoring every last morsel. What have I become? This month, I got fully engrossed in Tropico 5 on Xbox One. It is so good to see a game in the genre work so well in a console controller. The economy is deep and engaging, just how Huber likes. I look forward to the inevitable sequel and hope Xbox's PC integration stance leads to more PC-style games coming over to this console. As engrossing as video games can be, in the end we feel the controller in our hands and know that we're looking at a screen, making inputs to get programmed outputs. We don't waste grenades throwing them at walls we know we're not programmed to break. We know that if Master Chief dies to the Covenant, he's just gonna get another chance to survive, so we don't treat these dangerous scenarios as actual life or death situations. In my almost 30 years of gaming, only twice has a game honestly engrossed me so much to the point that I acted as if I was the playable character, not as the player, making an input knowing there was no programmed output. Those two moments would be hearing James's wife call to him on the 3rd floor of the hotel in Silent Hill 2, and treating the capture or death of Master Chief after crashing onto the Halo ring as the end of human life itself, because it meant the Covenant would get access to the location of Earth. I quickly snapped out of it after both of these moments, but they nonetheless happened, and I wonder how common those moments are with others.